Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So, next up we have the Absima branded, and this one is the CR18P Pro Juiced Up Yellow RTR edition, which is a bit of a mouthful, but we should have some kind of mini crawler that's kind of similar to rest of mini crawlers, but it's Absima's spin on it. I wanted to stick with what we can officially buy in UK, because a lot of these brands are similar ones that are available in America as well, so it kind of works out well for UK, Europe and America. But this one is £160. Again, it's from SC Models, so cheers guys for getting them here so quick. So let's see, at almost 20 quid dearer than the FTX Utah 2.0. So let's see what you get for the 20 quid extra. Is it worth it? Or are you better off with the FTX? Let's bring in for a close-up look, get it unboxed, and we'll have a look. Right, so here we go with a quick rundown at specs. So 2.4 gigahertz, 360 milliamp hour, 11.1 volts, so 3S battery, 4-wheel drive, ready to run. We got the Absima branding on it. Bit of specs, it's 4-wheel drive permanent, oil-filled big bore shocks, tyres, 68mm competition spec super soft compound, 4-channel receiver, 4-channel transmitter, PPX 4 grade water resistant, a Hobbywing 3500 kV motor, 1621 SL, Hobbywing Mini 24 brushless ESC, and a USB charger with indicator on it. It does say on this side of the box, single speed transmission gearbox, optional brass wheel hex included, front axle only, optional brass wheel weights included, front and rear, optional rear 27% underdrive pinion and ring gear included, new HD portal axle out drives, uses 1.5mm pin, HD plastic drive shafts, upgraded, revised versions, new design plastic beadlock wheels, new design super cool body and screen print, 3S battery, 56% front, 44% rear weight bias. So let's get this thing out of the box and see what we get. So although this is £20 dearer, we do get some bits that are different straight away. So we do get a tool with it. We do get some pretty cool stickers with it, so I do like Absima stickers. We do get the full Hobbywing manual for the speed controller in this one. So, yep, we get full programming instructions. We do get a really nice glossy feel manual, and it does tell you pretty much everything in here. It doesn't go through the programming of the speed controller, but then it doesn't need to because we have the full Hobbywing manual included. So, yeah, that's pretty good. We do get a whole load of conformity bump. The charger is a 3S, so it is slightly bigger. Still pretty Chinesium. Transmitter wise, we do get a few more options on here. So although we've got the throttle reverse and steering reverse, we've now got the dip switches that can control some of the settings on the vehicle depending on which ESC you're running. So yeah, if you're running the brushed version, I think you use that to control the ESC. The brushless one, don't think it'll do anything. Again, we've got steering dual rates, so counterclockwise is full. Throttle dual rates, again, counterclockwise full. Steering trim, just to make it go in a straight line. Throttle trim, in case it's trying to creep forward or backwards when you're not pressing this. Channel 3 and channel 4. And a steering. So, same as the FTX, not a fan of these awful AAA batteries, and if you're going to give us AAA battery controllers, please just do the decent thing and chuck some batteries in for us, because they're a pain in the backside. They don't last very long, and yeah, they tend to go missing in house as well. But basically you just put them in, turn it on, and you've got a power light, and then that's looking for bind or tells you when battery's going flat. But we have a little crawler beast, and I must admit the packaging, the transmitter is slightly better than what I experienced with the FTX. We've unfortunately regressed back to having to use tiny little body clips. So the FTX definitely has the edge on this. But the body, yeah, I pretty much like it. We haven't got see-through windows, but we have got a lot of detail on them, like a roll cage and netting. And I do like the look of that. It's quite an interesting graphic design. Now, once we get inside the vehicle, we've got quite a different layout to the FTX. We've got a different plug for the battery. So this is more like the, I think it was the same plug on the SCX24. I wish they'd all just stick to one. But we do have our waterproof Mini 24 RTR version of the ESC with the program port, so we can program it. We've got a FlySky R4P, but the BS version of the receiver, but it is using standard size plugs. We've only got 2 channels, so we're not using a gearbox where we can change high and low ratios or anything like that, but we are running a higher voltage battery, and it's quite easy to get this out. We've got quite a big battery tray. It's only 360 milliamp hour, but it is 3S, so if you go up to 3S you tend to use less battery because you've got more oomph to play with. Motor wise, 3,500 kV outrunner, so that's quite nice. We do have, and it is noticeable, we do have the big brass weights and apparently the hexas on the front. On the rear we've just got fake discs. Does look like we've got quite a lot of movement. We've got plastic outdrives, whereas the FTX were metal. We've got normal unbranded servo. We've got a plastic servo arm, so yeah, the FTX kind of beat it on that. We have got portals. We have got still crazy chassis twist, and these do look much more beefy chassis rails. We've got a hell of a lot of different positions for the shocks. The shocks are the normal design with the screw down collars, and it does say they're oil filled, but they are fully adjustable, so if you need to lift it up you can. It does look like the centre of gravity is going to be quite low on this, so I'm liking the idea of that. Everything's sort of low slung and really low down. You do have the plate open here if you need to mount more weight or anything over the back. So yeah, plenty of options. Curious as to how these wheels come off. I'm gonna have to have a look. So can we pop that on and screw it off? Looks like it fits. And then do we have a normal nut under it, or is that it? Nope. So we can use that to get that off, and then we can just unscrew it, because that's definitely plastic. So I'm not seeing any extra wheel weight on that. And the bead locks screw together front back. Pretty cool. And ultimately, I'm not seeing anything that I strongly dislike on this. We do get the little tool to unscrew the wheels and everything. So let's power up. So we plug on, power up, turn on. And that doesn't look like it's bound. So give it a few seconds. Looks like it finally wakes up. So as stock, let's have a look. Steering trim don't look too bad. So dual rates all the way up, dual rates all the way down. Looks like we've got quite a lot of steering. We've got no dual speed, so on this one, let's have a look. See, with it running 3S, see how much control we've got. So we can start the motor spinning pretty slow. it does look like we're going to have an awful lot of control over it. Quite a bit in reverse as well. There is quite a lot of slack in these gears, but let's have a look. So, yeah, we do have quite a bit of control. The steering servo, although we don't have a metal arm like we do on the FTX one, it does feel perfectly strong enough. And then if we look for maximum wheel speed, you've got a fair bit for a crawler. Yeah, I don't think it'll disappoint speed-wise. So maybe this is a good option. Going for a 3S instead of a 2S gives you more sort of range in RPM, so you don't need that 2-speed box maybe. Does sound pretty smooth as well. Nice grippy tyres, nice soft foams. As I say, if you're running the brushed version, I believe it comes with an inbuilt speed controller and receiver all in one, and I believe you'd use these dip switches to control that, to control your settings. Because this is the Hobby Wing one, you are going to have a program through the button or a programmer. So I will do a video at a later date running through how to program these. The suspension does feel really nice. I suppose the main question is, it's basically just down to personal preference at this point. So it's £20 dearer than the FTX, but you're getting a 3S battery, you're getting fully adjustable shocks rather than the shocks with the springs that are just down at one position. You do have a transmitter that's got the option of running with different receivers and controlling some of the settings from it. So, yeah, I would say these are slightly higher quality rails on this one, but we're not getting the metal servo arm. You do get the wheel weights in the front, and I'm just going to check what it says on the box. If I look on box, optional brass wheel weights included, front and rear. So, I'm guessing the wheel weights are actually in the wheels, not wheel weights as in what we can see here. Because there does feel to be a little bit of weight on the back, but obviously it's not the ones that you can see through. They're just plastic. We do get plastic outdrives instead of metal on the FTX version. Same sort of transmitter, same plasticky feel. Not a fan of AAA batteries. We do have a lot of room in here to move optional weights around and things. And although I like the pattern on this, I kind of feel the FTX one is as good. Certainly for me, a big plus of the FTX is the quick release body. Although this is nice and easy, these are tiny fiddly little tiny fiddly little body clips, and black tiny little body clips on a black body shell is definitely not the easiest. But yeah, it does feel really nice. It is very controllable. We do get the full Hobby Wing instructions, and we do get some Absima stickers, although you're not going to use any at black ones because you'll not be able to see a damn thing on it. We do get a 3S charger, although it looks very Chinesium. And yeah, we've got a transmitter. We do get a little tool. I think it's pretty cool the way the wheel hubs come off as well. I think that's pretty cool. The way you can just use the tool to screw the wheel hub center off. So I do like that. And I certainly think the extra weight is going to come into it once we get it on a crawler track. But yeah, That's the Absima version, and it's the CR18P Pro. It is, like all of these, I believe, Hobby Plus rebrand. Yeah, the packaging is a little bit more premium, I think, and we do get a little tool with it. So, yeah, entirely up to you guys what you think of that one. So far we've seen the few differences between this and the FTX version, and yeah, for 20 quid difference, maybe worth it. Depends if you want the extra weights and everything. Do you mind losing the 2-speed to get 3S instead? But yeah, let's wrap this one up. So there we have it. This one is around £160, and it's the Absima CR18P Pro. Their take on the Hobby Pro little 18 scale crawler, and yeah, nice control on it and everything, good steering. So yeah, don't think you'd be disappointed. Just depends if you'd rather pay the £20 and have the sort of upgrade options that they choose, or you go for FTX and you choose to put the upgrade options on it. Yeah, but yeah, thanks again for watching WTF Rc Cars. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and catch you guys again in the next one.